Good morning, dear students. Yesterday we had begun the second chapter of Social Science of Term 2, Natural Disasters. And we had learned what is natural disaster, major natural disasters, and we learnt about flood and drought in detail. Today we are going to learn about earthquakes and cyclone. Earthquakes. Sudden movements inside the earth's surface cause the ground to shake violently. This is called an earthquake. Thousands of earthquakes are experienced every year, but most of them are small tremors, which means a quivering or vibratory motion, and we do not feel them. An earthquake cannot be predicted. And the instrument that is used to record earthquake tremors is known as a seismograph. And the scientific study of earthquakes is called seismology. The place of origin of an earthquake is called focus. The point directly above the earth's surface is called the epicenter. The effect of an earthquake is most near the epicenter. The Himalayan region experiences frequent earthquakes. Earthquakes also occur very frequently in Japan, the Philippines, and around the edges of Pacific Ocean. Now let us see what are the precautions that can be taken during an earthquake. The following precautions can be taken during an earthquake. First of all, get out of your school or house and move into an open area. Secondly, stay away from buildings, trees, and power lines. Third, sit under a heavy table if you are inside a building and cannot get out. Fourth, use the staircase and not the lift during and immediately after an earthquake. Earthquakes can also lead to other natural disasters like landslides, avalanches, and tsunamis.
Earthquake. Due to the movements taking place below the surface of the earth, the crust is subjected to stresses of great magnitude. If this stress exceeds a critical limit, the energy gets released suddenly. As a result, the Earth's surface shakes. This shaking of the land is what we call earthquake. Earthquakes occur due to the movement of plates, their passage, their collision with one another. Subsidence means to lower down, eruption of volcanoes, faulting means breaking, etc. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured in Richter's scale with the help of an instrument called a seismograph. The point below the surface where energy is released during an earthquake is called the focus of the earthquake. From the focus, energy waves radiate in all directions towards the surface. The epicenter of a quake is located on the surface at point nearest to the focus. Earthquake waves are of three types: primary, secondary, and surface waves. Primary waves. These are the waves first to reach Earth's surface immediately after the energy is released in the interior. The waves traveling rapidly in radial direction are called primary waves. Due to these waves, the grains in the rocks move forward and backward in the direction of the waves. Secondary waves. The waves reporting at the surface after the primary waves are called secondary waves. These waves also radiate in all directions from the point of the focus of the quake. Due to these waves, the grains in the rocks move up and down that are perpendicular to the direction of the movement of the waves. Therefore, these waves are very destructive. Surface waves. Primary and secondary waves affect the surface on reaching it. As a result, a new set of waves get generated at the surface. These waves spread along the circumference of the earth. Due to these waves, the grains in the rock move up and down as also sideways. Therefore, these waves prove to be the most destructive. Precautions to be taken at the time of earthquake. 1. If you are at home, then do not get scared and instead of running here and there, stand still at one place. Either sit on the floor or below the bed or any other furniture and cover yourself until the movement of earth stops. If there is no table or any other shelter, then sit in any corner of the room and cover your head by folding your hands around it. 2. If you are in the vehicle or outside the house, then park your vehicle at a safe place and sit inside it. Do not wait near or below tall building, trees or electric pole. Avoid doing following things during earthquake. 1. Avoid using lift in the multi-storied building. Instead use staircase. 2. Do not sit in discomfort for long. Do some physical movements. 3. After the earthquake, there is a possibility of fire. Hence, to avoid it, carefully switch off the main electric supply. Do not use candles, lantern, or matchbox. Instead, use torch or battery.
Now let us see what is cyclone. Violent storms are also known as cyclones. They form over oceans and seas and cause destruction when they reach the shore. Cyclones are always accompanied by heavy showers and high-speed winds. West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Gujarat are prone to cyclones. Now let us see what are the ways in which we can prepare for a cyclone. First of all, carefully follow the weather forecast. Secondly, move to a safer place before a cyclone. Third, store dry food in waterproof bags. Fourth, stay away from ocean or sea. Fifth, keep emergency numbers handy.
A cyclone is a storm accompanied by very strong winds at a very high speed and heavy rainfall. They cause tremendous damage to the coastal areas. In India, the coastal areas of West Bengal, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, coastal Gujarat and Maharashtra are prone to cyclones. Cyclone Hudhud, with a speed of 200 km per hour, hit India's southeastern coast on 12th of October 2014 and forced thousands to flee their homes in the state of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. This tropical cyclone caused significant damage to infrastructure, plantations, and livestock along the eastern coast. Cyclones cause a lot of destruction. The strong winds during a cyclone can give rise to huge waves in the sea, which can flood large parts of the coast. They can also submerge a large part of the coastal area. The strong winds that usually accompany a cyclone can topple electric poles and uproot trees. The strong winds can cause the houses to collapse or even blow away. Non-availability of clean drinking water may cause the spread of epidemics like jaundice, diarrhea, and cholera. We can prepare for a cyclone by taking the following steps. Warnings issued through radios and televisions before a cyclone should be carefully listened to. If a cyclone warning is issued, we should not go near the sea. We should move to a safer area. We should keep food and water handy and keep them sealed in waterproof bags to keep them safe. We should keep the phone numbers of hospitals, relatives, and friends handy. Before a cyclone strikes an area, the government often calls in the army and other agencies to evacuate people living in it. Relief camps are often set up to provide food, water, and shelter to people living displaced by a cyclone. Such camps also have doctors who control the outbreak of diseases.
Here the chapter is complete. Hope all of you have understood. Thank you.